back to my channel. I am here today with another favorites video for you. I don't really have much more to say in the intro, so let's just get into it. Starting off, one thing I've been really loving this month is hemp seeds. So I have them in the jar. I'm trying to remember which brand I bought last time. I think these are from Hemp Seeds Australia. I have been putting these in or on everything. If you watched one of my previous videos, it was 2 hemp seed recipes. If you haven't watched that yet, I will link that up above. Check that out because the hemp seed bars that I made in that video are delicious. They turned out way better than I expected. Seriously, if you're looking for a grain, gluten, low carb version of a granola or muesli bar, these are the answer. The other recipe I made in that video was like an overnight oat using the hemp seeds instead of oats. Other than that, I have been sprinkling these on top of my salads, on top of my eggs. I've been putting them in smoothies. What else have I been doing with them? Like, just everything. They have sort of a slight nutty taste to them, which is really good. Aside from the taste and how versatile they are also high in fiber, high in fat and protein, low in carb. They have a good balance of omega-6s and omega-3s. It's about a 3-to-1 ratio, which is very close to the recommended amount that you're supposed to get of the two. And I'll talk about this a little bit later in the video because I have something else sort of related. But I recently read that the average Westerner who eats like the typical Western diet, their ratio of omega-6s to omega-3s is anywhere between 12-to-1 to 25-to-1. So we are eating way too many omega-6s and not enough omega-3s. This is mostly due to the fact that a lot of the foods you buy, whether it be at fast food or even just at the grocery store, contain things like sunflower oil, soybean oil, and corn oil, which all contain a lot more omega-6s than omega-3s. So hemp seeds have pretty much a perfect balance of the two. These are something I would definitely recommend adding in to your diet if you haven't already. My next favorite from March is a little bit different, not too much or at all related to health and fitness, more sort of lifestyle, but I'm gonna include it anyways. And it is a company called Plants in a Box. I came across this company early in March when I suddenly had an overwhelming urge to fill my house with plants. So I was just browsing on Etsy, came across Plants in a Box, which is exactly what it sounds like. I purchased an assorted pack of houseplants. They sent me 8 plants. I had no idea what they would be when I placed my order, but I am really happy with what I received. This one here is probably my favorite out of them. And I also really like this one as well. I do have the names of all of them, but I can't remember off the top of my head. So I will include the names of the ones I have in the description box below if you're interested. I also got, this was another one. And this one's actually grown a decent amount since I got it. This is I think it was like a parlor palm. And I obviously put them in all the vases. They came, surprise, surprise, in a box. I was a little skeptical about how they would turn out, but they all made it in great condition. So they were really tightly packed. The box was, I think, about like this big, like that tall, something. Wrapped up really nicely. Everything made it here. I was really surprised. I'm really happy with them. All of them are doing really well. And I am a notorious plant killer. The price for the 8 houseplants, I think, was $69. I can't remember what the shipping fee was, but it wasn't too much. And after I bought these ones, I bought it through Etsy. I later went on their website, and they have like a whole bunch of different packs you can get. So I got the houseplants one. There's also one that's just succulents, which is, I think, 8 succulents. They have an assorted pack for office spaces. They have one that's like pet friendly. So if you have anyone who has a birthday or anything coming up, this would make a really nice gift. And I think they do a gift option as well, so I would highly recommend looking into it. The other thing I really liked about Plants in a Box is that I didn't have to really think about what plants I wanted. I spent a good couple hours kind of Googling what plants work in like what rooms in your house and like stuff like that, and I was just like, this is way too difficult. And Plants in a Box pretty much took all the thinking out of the equation for me. They decided what plants I would get, and they did a really good job. I think it is only in Australia though, so sorry to anyone who's in the US or elsewhere, but if you're in Australia, check it out. Next favorite I have is a book that I finished a couple days ago. It is The Art and Science of Low Carb Performance. This book is written by two doctors, Dr. Jeff Volek and Dr. Stephen Phinney, and this book is about the low carb diet, their experience studying and researching it and implementing it over the last, I think, 15 years or so with athletes. The first part of the book is all about the science behind it, how it works, a little bit about why it works, and then it goes into breaking down the macros, different foods you should eat with some recipes and things like that. The reason I really liked this one is because they broke down the macros in a way that I hadn't seen anyone ever do before. Their recommendation is to consume under 50 grams of carbs a day, so that's total carbs, not net carbs. And they broke it down even further than that, telling you exactly how much of those carbs should come from vegetables, how much should come from fruits, how much should come from nuts and seeds, which was really interesting and really helpful. I know I made that video a while back on my thoughts on keto versus low carb and how I found keto to just be way too restrictive and I didn't really experience any additional benefit from it, and that I preferred low carb. But I mean, I think technically I'm still eating keto. I really hate to put a label on it at all. I thought with keto I couldn't really eat any fruits, and then I read this book and they recommend allotting about, I think it's 5 to 10 grams of your carbs per day from fruits. So in the category of fruits there is avocados and olives, but it also includes berries, so blueberries, blackberries, raspberries. One of the big things I didn't like about the keto diet was cutting out fruit completely. And in this book, they recommend you eating fruit every day. Anyway, this was a really great breakdown of how to eat low carb. It was aimed at athletes, not necessarily professional athletes. It could be anyone who's just trying to improve their athletic performance. But that being said, I think anyone could read it and take a lot away from it. This book was about 175 pages long, so not long at all. They do have another book that they wrote before this that is a lot longer, goes a lot more in detail. I think it's called The Art and Science of Low Carb Living instead of Performance. I started to read that one. I got about 40% of the way through it, and it was very, very technical, very, very scientifical, which I have a hard time grasping. So I found that one a little bit tougher, and I actually stopped reading that one and started reading this one, which was a much easier read. But I think I'm gonna go back and finish the other one as well. Side note, when I went to purchase this book, just on the Kindle store, it said, buy this book for free with Kindle Unlimited. So, okay, looked into it. Pretty much Kindle Unlimited, you pay a fee every month and you get unlimited access to a wide range of books. Not everything on the Kindle store, obviously, but there is a huge library. If you sign up, you get a 1-month free trial. So I signed up and I got this book for free. If you want to read this book, you can also download the Kindle app for free. You can sign up for Kindle Unlimited, use it for a month, read this book, see how you like it. Maybe you'll carry on, maybe you'll end your membership. I will link down below where to download the app and where to sign up for Kindle Unlimited. This book was a really good read. I would recommend for anyone who has been thinking about eating low carb or keto, anyone anyone who is currently eating low carb or keto, give it a read. If you have read it, leave me a comment down below and let me know what you thought about it, because I really enjoyed it and I'd like to see what you have to say about it. My final favorite from March is macadamia milk. I love macadamia nuts. They are probably my favorite type of nuts, but I had never had macadamia milk until the beginning of this month. I usually buy almond and buy coconut milk, and I will put that in my smoothies or other drinks. Like I'll use almond milk when I'm making chia pudding and things like that. But I went to buy it at the supermarket and I saw that the macadamia milk was on sale. So I was like, huh, I'll give that a try. Sorry, almond milk, but I think I like this better. This is from the brand Suncoast Gold, and I looked them up afterwards and they actually just specialize in macadamia nuts. That is their thing, only macadamias. This milk is super creamy. I almost feel like it's a little bit thicker than almond milk, and I kind of find almond milk to be just sort of plain. It's just kind of there, but this has a really nice like subtle taste to it. And yeah, I did find it a bit creamier, so that's really nice. And yeah, I don't really have too much more to say about this. I have just been really enjoying it. And those are my March favorites, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. And remember to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Everything I mentioned here I will link in the description box down below. Let me know if you try anything. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.